Hello everyone, and this is my review for WWE NXT on March the 16th, 2016. And, well, this entire show, I'll say it for the most part, spent its entire time setting up for the NXT TakeOver Dallas show. You started out with Sami Zayn coming out there and cutting a promo about how disappointed he was about losing the match and everything, and what him trying to want to get something for the NXT show in Dallas. And if you have read the spoilers and everything, you already know what's coming. But if you didn't read it, and you've actually waited for this point, William Regal comes out and says, "Yes, you're right. You deserve to have a match at NXT Dallas. But not only do you deserve to have a match, but you deserve to go up against the best." And he announces the new signee, it being Shinsuke Nakamura. Nakamura, New Japan Pro Wrestling. He's coming along with AJ Styles and a few others. He's going to be starting down in NXT, probably learning just a few minor things. I haven't personally got to see his stuff, but if anything goes off of what they've said with his matches as of late over in New Japan Pro Wrestling, I know he's been considered the king of strong style and everything like that. And I love the fact that the NXT announcers said that about him, meaning they're probably not gonna get rid of that, at least down in NXT, and that's a good thing because you want to bring his style in and see if it works in any way, and that's a great thing to hear and a great thing to see. And we'll see how that match goes. I'm assuming it's going to be really good, and we'll see what kind of promos they come up with going into the actual event itself. But great opening. I absolutely ended up liking this one. Up next, you have a series of matches here that kind of didn't really mean anything outside of developing characters in the terms of their dominance or something in that sense. You had the Emma and Dana Purrazzo match, which was just kind of another way of setting up for next week with Emma and Asuka going one-on-one with each other. You also had the Hype Bros in a match. They just in a normal tag match, trying to build them going into the future, if they've got any other plans, or if they're going to be going after the Bond villains still, or anything like that. We'll see where they're going to go with everything, with their potential storyline. I think they're still working a program with the Vaughn villains at this time, but we'll see where they go with it. But other than that, like I said, they did a lot more here setting up going into NXT Dallas, and they did this by having an interview with Austin Aries where he wasn't out in the arena. He was getting interviewed by the announcer, so probably at a different time. And I liked his promo that he cut about Baron Corbin and about what William Regal had said to him while he was outside, saying he was sorry. And Austin Aries said, "Don't be sorry for me, be sorry for Baron Corbin," about what he's going to do. And talking about how Baron Corbin basically was handed his NXT contract based off of the fact of his size and everything like that, and he had worked 10.5 years. So they're playing the veteran, not necessarily rookie, but the younger guy in this case. So it'll be interesting to see if they do anything else before going into the NXT Dallas. Obviously, they only have a couple weeks left before that, so they only have a couple of shows. See if they get anything going with that. They had the tag match with Nia Jax and Eva Marie, who still isn't that good in the ring. Though it wasn't so bad this week. Then again, she's gotten better about taking bumps. So that actually works out in her favor, because she was pretty much taking bumps for most of this match. Not the best of anything, but obviously a way of hiding a little bit of her weaknesses. Basically having everything go wrong for her, and Asuka and Bayley winning the match, which prompted William Regal. And I know this sounds weird. It almost sounds like you're seeing a lot of William Regal, which technically you did. But the good thing I like about William Regal as a general manager is the only times you truly see him is to break up fights or make an announcement or anything like that. What you think the authority figure should be doing, and not going out there and cutting promos on and how he doesn't like this guy and I favor this guy and everything like that. I like it because he goes in a different direction of general manager, someone that you would expect to be in that type of role, which again, probably because of how the authority goes over on Raw and everything, I find it as a fresh take on a person who's doing the management role. But it is what it is, and it just comes off better, at least to me it does. Or maybe it's just a factor of the authority being a little bit tiresome at this point. I don't know in that case, but I like how they portray William Regal as a general manager. But on to that, and he goes out there and names Asuka the #1 contender. I could honestly see that, because they basically had her dominate the entire time coming into NXT, where she's only lost in a battle royal at that juncture, but basically in all one-on-one competition has been very dominant. So they're giving you kind of a semi-dream match, like the very lovable and everything Bayley, and how they portray her out in the ring and out there, versus the very dominant but still very over and very light Asuka. So you're having face versus face, but Asuka can give that mean look and everything, so she can be semi-heel, but she'll probably be face going into this actual match. But you have that person who could absolutely dominate, like this massive hurdle for Bayley to go up against, and how will she be able to overcome that, or will she be able to overcome that? So we'll see how they work that program going into the near future. So ending the night, like I said, a lot of setup towards NXT Dallas, the takeover show. You had Jason Jordan and Chad Gable going up against the Von Villains, and this was the setup for the tag team title match. And this was a fun match, and honestly, a semi-different ending, because a lot of people expected Chad Gable and Jason Jordan to go over. If you read the spoilers, you already knew that. But they had been rolling, really, really well as a tag team. Obviously, you have the heel tag teams with the Revival and Dash and Dawson. And you have American Alpha with Jason Jordan and Chad Gable, who are extremely over in everything, in every sense of that word. The reason why I said it was kind of nice to see a different finish, even though they're widely over, and I enjoy watching Chad Gable and Jason Jordan in the ring. They have probably one of the best hot tags in the business in there, but their matches always ended the same, with the hot tag, and then eventually leading to Jordan and Gable getting the victory that way. They stopped, but they had the Von Villains actually stopped that this week, so you had a little bit of a difference before they set up the actual finish. And the match was extremely enjoyable. I've always liked the Von Villains, and I've always liked them better as the heel role versus the face role. And they just go off and shine in here. I really did enjoy this match. And, of course, having American Alpha go up against Dash and Dawson at NXT TakeOver is probably the best area, because, like I said, they still Von Villains still have this program with Zack Ryder and Mojo Rawley, the Hype Bros. And they might work that into a match or something in there at the NXT TakeOver show. So we'll see where they go with that and everything. So overall, I thoroughly liked this NXT. They did what they needed to do, which was set up pretty much the rest of the card for the NXT Dallas show. And set it up with some matches you really, really want to see, especially with the Asuka and Bayley match and the Nakamura and Sami Zayn match. It's going to be a very, very interesting show with NXT TakeOver. I can't wait to review that show and see and watch the show and see how everything goes off. I think this is going to be a really, really good show on WrestleMania weekend with the TakeOver special, and we'll see how everything goes. And that is my review this week for WWE NXT, and I thank you guys for watching.